junior here at Air Academy, and this is my first year with the program.
I am a junior here at Air Academy. This is also my first year with the program. This has been a super exciting experience to watch all of these sports from behind these screens and down on the field. It's been super exciting to see this, and we're very excited for this matchup tonight.
Okay, so tonight is a very exciting game. As you should know, both teams have the same stat record, so at the end of the day, one of these teams is going to go home with their second win.
So, Air Academy, we just want to talk a little bit about what their season was like and how it ended last year, because the Air Academy team really faced some losses and some changes between this season and last year's season. So one of the main things was they moved down to 4A. They lost a lot of their seniors, and they actually lost their last coach. So they're working with a new coach this season.
Yeah, they are. They have two new coaches, actually.
And we have. So far this season, obviously they have a 1-8 record. So their first game against Chatfield, they lost. They won against Rampart. They played Palmer Ridge, Arapahoe, Green Mountain, Pine Creek. A lot of those games. They were close games, but sadly they weren't able to pull through with the win. But yeah, I mean, last season they had a really great season. They had 8 wins and 7 losses. They made it to the playoffs, but lost to Cherry Creek. What's something that we're losing with the old coach, you think? Like, what did the old coach do well that maybe we don't have right now?
So, from what I've heard from the girls, is that their old coach was actually a lot harsher on them. And so, what he would do is that he would make them work harder or even tryouts themselves were, at least what I've heard, were 10 times as hard, and that they do appreciate not working as much with their new coach, but it has caused a little bit of having less stamina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah, and change can be a good thing and a bad thing, I think.
Yes.
Obviously, this season they don't have as good of a record as they had last season, but this coach seems to be bringing them together more as a team and working with these girls personally. So yeah, I think that's definitely a really good thing.
And something else that I would like to add on to that is that after a team dinner one night, that they said that they felt more like family than anything else.
Yeah. That's
So-
super significant. So now we are actually going to shoot it down to one of our sideline reporters, Grayson Dunn, with the Liberty coach, and hopefully we can get a little bit more input on this game. Grayson, down to you.
Thanks, guys. I'm Grayson Dunn, and I'm here with Coach Clifton with the Liberty Lancers.
Hi there.
What did your girls take from your previous game against the Holy Family?
Yeah, our game versus Holy Family was really tough. We have a small roster this year, so they were a really fast and athletic team, and it took a lot for us to keep up with them. So my girls were really focusing on keeping the ball in our sticks, ball control, working the ball around on our offensive end, and really being strong on defense.
Very nice. And then what are you looking to interpret into this game?
Yeah, for Air Academy, they're also a great and athletic team. We're going to be working on sticking to our systems and really keeping our heads on us when it's a tough game. Again, ball control is our biggest focus throughout the season, and so making sure that we're making smart plays and keeping the ball in our sticks in a safe way.
Thank you very much.
Great, thanks, guys.
Have a great game.
All right, so Grayson, we just wanted to ask you, so you're down there on the Liberty bench. What is the team energy like down there? Do they seem really excited and hyped for this game? Do you think they're prepared?
They seem really excited and really ready for this game. They seem like they're doing well and making good passes.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Grayson.
Thank you, guys. Back to you.
Okay, so, as I don't know if you might know this, but Liberty has only a varsity team this year, and Air Academy also has a varsity team this year, and I think that that's really interesting. Hopefully, in upcoming seasons, we'll be able to grow those teams and make sure that we're able to keep girls lacrosse alive and well throughout the district. And I think that we should start talking about Liberty now. Liberty currently has a win streak, or they have a win of 1 and a loss of 8. Their top player would be junior Brooklyn Galvin. She has a average of 1 goal per game. We don't have very much information on Liberty. Unfortunately, there's no stats updated or anything, but what I can say for sure is that Brooklyn Galvin is definitely their top scorer. She's one of the starters on the team, and she's been playing lacrosse for quite some time now.
Yeah. So I think we're going to get into our predictions soon, but first we are going to go down to our own Lydia Flowers for an interview with the Air Academy coach. So Lydia, take it away. Oh, just kidding. Lydia, give us one quick second. So now, first we heard from the Liberty coach. That was super interesting to hear what their point of view was after the Holy Family game. But we're really intrigued to hear what the Air Academy coach has to say after their loss as well. So now, I think we are going to shoot it down to Lydia Flowers with the Air Academy coach.
Coach Reagan Cook.
Yeah. All right, Lydia, take it away.
Hi, I'm Lydia Flowers, and I'm down here on the sideline with Coach Cook of the girls lacrosse team for Air Academy. And so is your first year. What are you looking forward to in growing the program? Obviously, in the first year, you're going to get to know the girls. How are you working this year to be able to build a program in the long run?
Yeah, I think culture is super important, especially as a coach coming in. The girls have had a few different coaches the past few years, so it's really important to get here, get to know them, not just as lacrosse players, but as people, because that's how you can start to build a close-knit team where culture comes into that. And when you have a team that's close and a team that has a good team culture, success comes on the field just as much as it comes off the field.
I love that, and that's a great answer, and I think that's really important in building a team, like you said. Another thing, with this game, what does this game mean to me? I know you said that this was maybe your first game of league play. What does that mean for the rest of your season?
Yeah, we're really excited to get out there and get after it. Big game today. We just had a tough overtime loss on Tuesday, so being able to come out today, bounce back from that, and get a good win to start off league play is huge, and I'm excited to see what the girls can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to a great game tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Lydia, for the interview. What is that energy like on the sideline right now for those girls? Like, would you say that they're ready to take on the win, or like?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the energy is huge. Obviously, we went down to the sidelines when the girls were warming up, and we could just see so much energy. I think, obviously, it's the first league game of the season. Everybody's really excited to get out there and get after it.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lydia.
Thank you, guys. Back to you.
As Coach Cook said, that we are currently heading into league tournaments, which is basically whenever the players start playing players in like their own league. So like we're 4A, so we only start playing other teams in 4A as well.
Mm-hmm. So I think now we're going to move to our predictions of the game. Elizabeth has instructed these, so go ahead, take it away.
So while Liberty and Air Academy both have the same amount of wins and losses, I think that this game is still going to be very different with an outcome. So Mackenzie Higgins hits the Lancers with 3 goals, and our own goalie Tadra holds back Liberty with 3 goals allowed, and the Kadets pick up their second win with around 8-5. We don't have, like I said, we don't have very much information on Liberty, but I can say for sure, even though our stats are the same, that we do have quite some more goals than Liberty does.
Awesome. So we kind of want to talk a little bit more about what they lost last year and how this is kind of forming the team this year. So like we said, they lost their whole starting lineup, right, which was 10 seniors. So what do you think was or what are we excited to kind of see from this new coach and this new lineup and stuff?
So what I think is one of the better things is that while we lost like 10 seniors, one of those seniors was a goalie. And so our current goalie, Tadra, is a freshman. And I think that as we progress, that'll be really good because Tadra will eventually have 4 years of experience. She actually was in the top 10 players in the state.
Wow,
right around the second week into the season, and she was also a quarterback for flag football, so I think that's amazing for her.
And as a freshman, she's been doing so much in this sport and obviously
absolutely.
others.
This is her first year playing lacrosse and her first time being like an actual goalie, and she's doing absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And as well, like for the other girls, is that they're also getting closer because while our team may be smaller, that also means like stronger bonds within them. And they'll be spending more time together, and it'll be easier for them to communicate with each other as they know each other way more better.
So today is a little bit different. So our last girls lacrosse game, and frankly our last boys lacrosse game, the weather was absolutely atrocious. It was freezing, it was windy, it was snowy. But today we have a beautiful day in Colorado Springs. It was, I think, a high of 76 today. It's been sunny, no clouds all day. So I think these girls are very excited to be playing in this nicer weather that's been a little bit different than what they've been training in, what they've been playing in before.
And while it's a little bit warm out, it's also windy. So as they get tired and we get to warm up, the wind will come in and make sure that they're all nice and fresh. And I think that that's just absolutely amazing as we're heading into the spring months here.
Yeah, for sure. So the team captains this year, we have senior Kennedy Evers, and then we have junior Abigail Frank. And so these two girls were, have they played all of their years in Air Academy so far? Have they played lacrosse all of their years?
Kennedy, as far as I know, is that she's been playing with Air Academy for all 4 years. She's had a different coach all 4 years. She's been playing lacrosse longer than high school. She's also the captain of our swim and dive team here,
Right.
with Coach Newell. And Abigail Frank has been playing all 3 years. She just got that title of being a team captain, and she was playing for both varsity and JV last year.
Yeah, so I think right now they're doing starting lineup. So I think we're going to get that starting lineup thing up in a minute so we can talk about that. But for now, yes, I was able to actually have a conversation with Kennedy about this a couple days ago. She is very excited for what this team has to offer, and really she talked about how strong they all are very individually. Every single player on this team is good at lacrosse. They are good at their job and what they are meant to do, and the only thing they've been struggling with is just working together as a team. They have all these different strengths and aspects about them, but they just need to find that first step into the door and get rolling as a team. But yeah, they do, like you said, they are clearly a team. They are clearly all best friends and all a family and working together, and that's super exciting to see.
Yes.
So I think so we are currently doing starting lineup, I believe, for the Air Academy Cadets or the Liberty Lancers.
We're starting with the Lancers. Okay, so for that starting lineup, we do see a huge diversity in those grades. It's not like it's just all seniors on either team. We have a bunch of sophomores and freshmen and juniors as well as seniors. Something that I would like to point out though is that our goalie is a freshman and the goalie at Liberty is a senior. Of course, that should not make any difference because our goalie is very, very skilled at what she does.
Yeah, so now they're getting into the national anthem, but we do, so we're just going to give it a second. All right, so first we want to welcome our Caradio 13.3 viewers to our live stream. Again, we have the Air Academy Cadets versus the Liberty Lancers.
Yep, and both teams have 1 win and 8 losses, but something I would like to point out is that Air Academy does have quite a few more goals in the system. I think that this is going to be an amazing game, and at the end of the day, someone is going to take home that second win, and I think that it's going to be great for either team. It is going to be amazing for whichever team that's going to be.
So right now they are currently going over the Liberty Lancer starting lineup, which is a mixture of, they have some sophomores, freshmen, junior, they have a couple seniors. But yeah, so Brooklyn Galvin, their number 8 is their definitely strongest player, who she's made the most goals so far.
Yes.
What do you think? After your research on Liberty, what do you think?
So unfortunately, Liberty has not entered their stats into the system. So as far as we know, Brooklyn Galvin is the number 1 player with 1 goal per game. She probably has a lot more goals than that. But something else that I would like to point out is that Brooklyn Galvin also plays field hockey. She's an amazing player at that. She's always on the starting lineup. And actually, I'd like to point out that difference is because she is more offensive here in lacrosse, but she's more defensive in field hockey, and she's absolutely amazing at both of those positions. She's very athletic in what she does.
Yeah. So now we are moving on to the Air Academy Kadet starting lineup. Obviously, we have a lot of strong players on our side. Like we said, Kennedy Evers and Abigail Frank are the 2 captains for this team. Again, they are also, our Kadets are made up of a variety of grades and a variety of experiences. But yeah, overall, they are a very strong team. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, of course. One of their top players, though, I'd like to point out is Mackenzie Higgins with an average of 2 goals per game, which is actually a lot. She's always out there scoring. She is a sophomore, actually.
So has she been, do you know, was she playing lacrosse last year too?
I do believe she was.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. So she's had a year of experience, but a year of experience and then being the top scorer on this team is a very impressive feat for sure.
Absolutely. Grades definitely don't hold these girls back. They are just as skilled regardless of whether they're a freshman or a senior.
Either way, after tonight, one of these girls will have the second win under their belt. But yeah, we're very excited to see which girls perform. I wanted to say one thing. Emma Steen, who is a junior, she has not started every single game, but she is starting this game, which is super impressive just given her. She's working hard every single day at practice. She puts in the effort. But I'm just excited to see these new girls that haven't maybe been starters before and see how they perform.
After talking with the coach earlier, she said that she had it all planned out for each and every girl, that even if they weren't starting at the beginning of the season, that their time will come and she will make time for those girls. She's not just holding out her favorite players. She's making sure that she works with each individual girl so that she makes sure that they can have the best experience that they can possibly have for their high school career.
So it looks like we're about to start here. We did want to input throughout the game because the boys and girls lacrosse, there is actually a huge difference. I have personally been learning more about lacrosse as we've been going on, but it'll be super interesting. We're going to go throughout the game and learn more about that. But it looks like they are about to start. And our face-off girl, I believe, is Kennedy Evers. We're not sure whose there is.
It looks like number 8, Brooklyn Galvin. Okay. Air Academy is currently with it. We have Kylie Tucker Flynn. Ooh.
Blocked by their goalie.
Blocked by Kayla Sanchez, our goalie.
They're fighting for a little bit for that ball there.
Blue takes it back. Okay. Looks like Air Academy just took that ball right back from them. Here we go, Mackenzie Higgins. Coming in with that.
And number 19, actually, who has been, she's very aggressive up front.
Oh, yes. That would be Madison.
Yeah, and she's a sophomore.
I know. She's insanely good at what she does. Throughout the past games, she's just very aggressive, but she's not too aggressive to the point where she's getting carded for it.
Looks like they're kind of taking it up.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Kai again with a shot on goal, maybe? Nice.
Air Academy gets their first goal, scored by Kylie Tucker Flynn.
Nice. Kai is a very aggressive player, I've noticed, as I've watched her play throughout these games in practice. She's a very dedicated player, and she does seem to work very hard for that point each time. But yeah, that's super impressive, the aggressiveness coming from her.
Also a sophomore, I would like to add.
Yeah.
Yeah, these sophomores are really aggressive. They're all very skilled. And so we have face off again, also by Kennedy Evers and Brooklyn Galvin. Looks like they're still.
There we
And
go.
Air Academy takes it.
Number 22, Lane Reynolds coming through with it, who is a freshman.
Oh yes.
Kai
And we have it.
again.
Kind of trying to score her second goal here. Oh, gives it right back to Kennedy. And we go.
Back to number 10, Mackenzie Higgins.
Oh. Let's see who gets that. Okay, and that's okay. Abigail Frank takes control of the ball.
One of the captains on this team, a very, very strong player.
Yes, and here.
Kai again with the ball. Another shot on goal.
Oh, but a miss.
Yeah, these girls seem to be very strong independently. They all have the aggressiveness that it takes to play lacrosse and be up front with the ball. But yeah, that's super cool to see. Kai again starting off.
Yeah, quiet battle here. And she passes it over to Abigail Frank. One thing I would like to note though is that boys lacrosse is very, very physical, where girls lacrosse is less physical. So pushing is allowed to some extent, but and it looks like we
Ooh.
have another goal by Eileen Badgett. Am I correct? Yep.
Yeah, number 36, Eileen.
Freshman, actually.
Yeah. We do have a lot of high-performing freshmen and sophomores on the Air Academy Cadets. I like the diversity in this team so far that not just one of them has held the ball, but that they are really successful in their passing game. Yeah. But yeah, there are many differences between girls and boys lacrosse. This face-off being
Absolutely.
one, correct? Is this
Yes.
a different face-off than a boy or a boys
Yes,
team would face off?
actually. So the boys actually start off on the ground where they fight over it on the ground, similar to what ice hockey would be like.
Right.
But here they start off in the air with the ball goes on both of their sticks and they fling it up in the air and they kind of just fight over it after that. Let's see who gets that ball here in a second. It looks like blue takes that. Number 2, Giovanna Cerez.
Taking it all the way up the field.
Looks like my vision's cut off here.
Now pass to number 15,
Where's number 15?
who is Joy Delaney. Oh, made another pass, but they weren't able to quite make it. Kennedy is coming through with the ball now, going upfield.
Right back up.
Or
she
sorry,
lost
that was
it.
Gianna. My bad.
Jonna Spindler, Jr. She passes it to Kennedy Evers, running up the field here. These girls are very, very fast.
Back
They're
to
very
Kai.
conditioned. Oh, and
Another goal by Kai, or was that not a legal goal?
well, the whistle was called, and unfortunately, that's not going to count as a true goal.
Can you explain why was that not a true goal? Why was the whistle blown during that play?
Well, from it looks like up here, one of them. It looks like the foul was made by the blue team. Is what they're doing here is that the white gets a chance to shoot at the goalie.
Okay,
Which
and
is
is
why
this
they're
4 meter or 8 meter?
I believe it's 4 meter. Oh, and it looks like there's a goal.
Nice. So there had been a foul on
A blue sign.
right. So then Kai was able to get a chance at a 4 meter shot, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What would be the difference between a foul where it gets you a 4 meter and 8 meter shot? What exactly would the difference between in fouls be for that?
Well, I don't really know the answer to that question here. I do apologize for
No,
that.
that's okay. We're still kind of learning this sport, so we're going to learn along with all of our viewers on the way.
Well, what I can say though is that a lot of sports actually do this, where if there's a foul made in like a certain amount of like zone in front of the goal by the defending team, it ends up in giving like a free shot or hit by the opposing team usually. And we have it. Mackenzie Higgins taking that in for the shot. And she's inside the circle here. And we have attempted goal by Emma Steen. They're fighting for that over there. Kylie Tucker Flynn takes control of the ball. She passes it right over to number 4,
I
Gianna
believe,
Spindler. So you can't always just go straight into the goal. Sometimes you gotta pass it back and forth a few times. You can't always just be direct with it.
Yeah.
And we have number 10, Mackenzie Higgins again.
But they're
Passes
really
it
moving
right
around
to
this ball.
Gianna.
Maybe just a little bit of fighting over it there.
Ground ball. The goalie takes over the ball here. She's going to pass it to number 8, Brooklyn Galvin, but it was intercepted.
Oh.
You can't be too violent with that ball there. You can't really whack it out at people's.
Yeah. Now, Mackenzie Higgins has it again, I believe.
Absolutely.
Kennedy with a
Shot
shot
by
on goal, yeah.
Brooklyn Galvin takes that. There she goes in. Blue has control of the ball. She's going down the field here, and it looks like number 22, Lane Reynolds, takes that from her. Kennedy Evers has the ball again. She's taking it right in. Gianna Spindler. And Abigail Frank is going to take that in.
It looks like another foul was called, or? What exactly happened there? Do you know what was going on there?
It was really hard to see all the way down there from what happened exactly, but it looks like that was a penalty because of a stick. I believe they can't be too aggressive with it. Like I said, you can't really hit people with it too hard. You can take the ball out of their stick, but you can't really whack it too hard at them because that is considered dangerous. Oh. Looks like number 21 picks it up, Layla Evers.
Which, if I'm correct, is Layla Kennedy's younger sister?
Kennedy Evers, yes.
Okay, yeah. Sisters working on this team. That's really cool to see.
Yes. Oh, looks like Eileen Badgett scored her.
Which, if I'm correct, is Leila Kennedy's younger sister.
Trying to catch up here.
But yeah, it's super impressive to see these cadets performing the way they are. It seems that maybe they are on a little bit of a roll. Maybe they've started to find better ways to work together. It looks like for the Lancers we have a different girl facing off, number 6, Anya Windsor.
Yes, a sophomore.
We'll see if she's as good at lacrosse as she is at school.
This is her second year playing lacrosse.
Oh, it looks like Madeline has it. Oh, no, this is it. Madison. Sorry, excuse me.
It's a blue ball. Okay. Looks like blue's taking it back right there. She drops it, and white takes possession of the ball again. Looks
Kylan
like
again, yeah.
Very fast here.
Very, very fast. Going up the field.
And she goes, passes it to number 22, Lane Reynolds.
Oh! I believe that was just a headshot. Lane is on her knees on the ground.
Oh. We're going to stop the game really quick.
Wow. That was a really, really hard hit on her head.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really big difference between boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse. Boys are allowed to be super, super aggressive, but girls, just every single aggressive shot at all is called for sure.
Yes, of course, boys wear helmets and the girls do not.
Yeah, it looks like she's walking off though.
Yes, she's got right back up.
Lane is a very strong player, a very dedicated player. That was a hard hit, but we're happy to see her running off and feeling okay.
There we go, right back into the game right here.
Yeah. Did girls lacrosse rules ever change, or was it always this way where you weren't allowed to be physical?
I'd imagine that it would always have been this way. As you know, boys and girls sports are very, very different things. Men tend to have more aggressive sports and be in more aggressive positions here. But there are some sports out there that you really like. Not even a push, that's considered a foul, and in cases you can even get carded for that.
Yeah.
Fortunately, here you cannot get carded for pushing someone, obviously, unless it's extremely
has it.
aggressive.
I believe that's number 8, Brooklyn Galvin, coming up the field with the ball for blue. Coming around the goal. Keeps losing it, but is kind of solo acting this for a second. It looks like Madison Givens comes away with it.
Madison's very aggressive.
Now a
She's
white
very
ball.
dedicated.
Yeah.
Oh, am I correct? But is that number 10, Mackenzie Higgins, running up the field with that?
Oh, that was a...
Shoulder check there.
It's starting to get a little windy for sure. How do you think that would negatively impact these girls while playing?
If I'm being completely honest here, the only thing that might impact them is their hair. The wind should not have any effect on the ball as it's heavy enough to not go anywhere. It might affect the hits there, but
Another shot on goal by Abigail Frank.
Liberty's fighting very hard. They seem to be holding off here.
Blue has
Possession.
Eileen right up on her. Wow.
I do believe the last time that we were supposed to be out here was extremely icy. Thankfully, that's not the case this time. It's just a little windy. But
So it looks like we had a sub. Emma Steen is back on Eileen and went off. I believe there was another sub out.
these girls do get tired, but they are still very fast and energetic. It is very nice to see that the girls are getting subbed out. Sometimes that can bring a team down. You know, just you can't always be out running on that field, and that's okay because all the girls are very, very good at what they do. So it's very nice to be able to sub them out and still be able to rely on all your girls.
Yeah. Blue's starting with it. Is that number 8 again? Brooklyn Galvin, I think.
Nope, Brooklyn Galvin is right there. That is. It's hard to see from here.
There's another whistle blown.
If I'm not wrong, is that number 3, Marin Bush, correct? Not on the field.
I think that actually might be 2. Giovanna Suarez.
Oh.
You know, I really
You're
can't see
correct.
her jersey number from here.
It does look like a 2 or 3. Still trying to figure out where to put that ball. And here she goes. That is number 2, Giovanna Suarez.
Yeah. What would the thought process be behind them right now? Are they just trying to be aggressive and move that ball up, or are they trying to be strategic, you think, and she's going to try to pass it back and forth?
Well, passing it back and forth can be harder on your teammates depending on who you're playing. Here, she's a little bit shorter than some of Air Academy's players, so it would be probably more strategic for her to pass it to someone else instead of just running through the middle. And Kylie Tucker Flynn scoring another goal.
Very,
Air
very
Academy.
impressive, yeah. Is that 3rd goal, I think, for Kai?
Yes.
Or,
yes, it is.
Yeah, is that her 3rd goal?
Yes. Yes, and don't forget Eileen Badgett has 2.
Correct.
Oh, is that a timeout? It looks like it is a timeout.
So what? Man, these Kadets are currently ahead by 5. The Lancers have not scored a single goal so far. But, you know, game's not over. Game's not even half over.
Absolutely. The last game that Air Academy played against Cherokee Trail. Cherokee Trail was ahead by 6 points, and Air Academy had 0. And halfway through the game, Air Academy picked it right back up, ended up neck and neck, finishing the game with 10 goals each and losing in overtime. So the Cadets definitely picked that right back up.
Yeah.
And the Lancers can also pick that right back up. It is way too early to say
For
who's
sure.
able to win.
Game can definitely change in a matter of minutes for sure. I'm really interested to see or interested to hear what exactly the Liberty coach would be saying to her girls right now. Obviously the strategy is you want to score more goals, but do you think that there's an exact thing that maybe she's saying, a strategy she might have in mind?
Well, if I were being honest, she'd probably try working on their speed or maybe passing it back and forth more, as you see our Air Academy's players doing, just passing it back and forth to one another, so that one person is in control for that too long, so that the opposing team can't just get that right back from one single person by itself. I think that's something that Liberty should work on, and that might be possibly what their coach is telling them to do right now.
Yeah.
And usually timeouts are decided by the coaches before games, same as with halftime. They can choose whether they want it to be 5 minutes or even 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll find out that time here in a little bit.
I
But
think
that timeout is coming to an end.
coming
Let's
back
see
onto the
if
field.
Liberty picks that up after that timeout.
Yeah, interested to see if their strategy changes, how it changes. But again, we're starting off with a face-off with our own Kennedy.
Again, number 6,
Yeah.
Anya Windsor, sophomore.
Kennedy has been really successful with these face-offs right now. Really cool to see. Let's see who comes through with this ball.
Yeah, Kennedy Evers is an amazing player. She's actually currently going to Colorado Mesa to continue her career in lacrosse. And it looks like
Again, comes through with it. Wow.
Oh, ground ball, and it is going to blue.
And that is number 8, Brooklyn Galvin. Again, a very strong player. Ooh, a shot on goal, but a miss. So can you explain to me, what was that at the end where the ball went, I kind of think way out of bounds, but all the girls kind of stuck their sticks up in the air? What's the purpose of that?
So the purpose of that is to be like, I didn't touch it last kind of thing, because in most sports, like if you have your ball and you lose control of it, it goes right over the edge. That becomes the other team's ball. And so holding it up in the air is the same as like in basketball, where they just slip their hands up, just to prove that they weren't the ones that had that out last. And it looks like it's number 7, Kennedy Evers took control of that, and it's all the way back down at Blue's end.
4.
Jump Spindler. And
looks like Blue comes through with it.
yes.
Back to the goalie.
I'm going to give that right to Brooklyn Galvin. It looks like it was intercepted. Almost a tackle there.
Again, 22, Lane Reynolds is kind of experiencing some roughness from Brooklyn Galvin so far right now.
Yes. Brooklyn is a more of an aggressive player, but
she seems very like a solo player. She has had the ball a lot so far coming up the field with it. I wonder.
I would take assume that she would get that from some of her former teammates. I don't know her number exactly, but her name was Caroline Smith. She was an amazing goalie or player.
She was a previous.
Yes.
Okay.
Player
Okay. She was a previous
Liberty.
Lancer.
She was a legend. She currently goes to I believe it's Allegheny.
Okay. And she was a very powerful player.
Yes.
Kind of the same strategy that Brooklyn has right now.
Yes.
Okay.
She's doing and playing Division 1 over there for field hockey and lacrosse.
Wow.
Yes. A lot of these girls play both sports. They're
Looks
very
like
similar.
Number 2. Can't really see those numbers, but a Lancer came up with it to the goal. A whistle was blown. So is this a 4-meter shot on goal, or is this an 8-meter?
It does look like a 4-meter.
Okay.
There we
Okay.
go. Let's see if Tager is able to stop that. A lot of pressure on one goalie here. And it looks like that's the end of the quarter here.
All right. End of the quarter. Again, Cadets with 5 goals so far. The Lancers with none. It looks like they're having a little bit of discussion here right now.
Yes. I don't know the exact name of what this is called, but in some sports, if they're in whatever they call it, like a penalty corner or whatever the sport calls it, usually is allowed to be continued after the quarter ends, depending on what it is or how far away they are.
We'll see if they let her make this shot. It looks like they might. Might have to converse with the coach on this one. So yeah, what would be an example of a difference between what would cause a 4-meter and an 8-meter shot? Is it like just 8-meter shot would be a more aggressive penalty called?
I would imagine the distance depends on where the penalty or foul is called from.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I know some sports that if it's a goalie getting a foul, it's from inside the goal or wherever.
Okay.
That just automatically gets a free shot or hit from the opposing team, and oftentimes that opposing or the defensive team isn't even allowed to step in at all. But fortunately, here that is not the case. It looks like they are going through with that.
They're going. It does look like they're going to let her make that shot. Let's see if Tadra can block it. Oh, she was not able to block that shot.
We have Liberty with their first goal, scored by number 8, Brooklyn Galvin, and that is the end of the first quarter.
I really cannot tell if that's number 2 or number 8. Yes, one of the Lancers put their first goal on the board.
Oh, it looks like there's 40 seconds left here. And our face-off, number 7, Kennedy Avers goes off to the side and is replaced by number 12, Abigail Frank. Oh, is that 22 back on, I see? Looks like it is. She's able to have recovered from that hit to the head, thankfully. Let's see where this ball goes. And White takes the ball here. We have
Abigail
Frank
comes through with it.
passes it to Kylie. And Kylie takes possession of the ball. White still in possession of that ball. We have number 10, Mackenzie Higgins, going in for that goal. Passes it all the way to Emma Steen. A lot of passing back and forth. There's only 4 seconds on the clock.
Lane Reynolds. Oh, with a shot on goal, but misses.
There's the end of the first quarter. We have Kadets with 5 goals and the Liberty Lancers with 1 goal.
I was a little confused with the timer there for a second. That kind of threw me off.
Sometimes the announcers do forget to stop the clock, and that could cause a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Actually, if I'm wrong, maybe they do stop the clock for that, and they just forgot to. Okay, looks like they chose for 2 minutes in between quarters. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen here in the next 3 quarters?
Really, I obviously am rooting a little bit for our Kadets, but the Lancers seem like they are progressing. Obviously, have a goal on the board now. So we are actually going to pause that for a second, throw it to a Cardio Plus 13.3 break. So for our Cardio viewers, we will see you in a second.
Thank you.
All right. So like I was saying, we have sorry, lost my train of thought there. The Lancers seem to be extra aggressive, but it does seem like it is really interesting to see the difference in the strategies. The Cadets have a lot of passing. Yes, they have some strong players, but it's not just one that's doing all the scoring or doing all the moving. But Brooklyn seems to really have most of the control of the ball here, and that's super interesting to me to see the difference in strategy in these two teams.
Yes. I wonder if she's a team captain. Doesn't look like there's very many seniors on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like there's about 4 of them. Oh, 5.
And Brooklyn Galvin is a junior, so she's impressive on this team, but is not a senior, so will be here next year, and that'll be cool to see her probably improve.
Oh,
But yeah, we have about 20 seconds left in this break here. About to start the second quarter.
Yes. We're here in the final 14 seconds is usually when the refs here decide to call it. And it looks like they're both ready to come on strong into that second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're setting up here for that second quarter. Yes, one thing that is for sure is that how girls lacrosse does it, I don't know about the boys lacrosse, but at the end of each quarter they switch sides, whereas a lot of other sports decide to switch sides at halftime.
Right.
But girls lacrosse does it per quarter.
It looks like they're about to start here. We want to welcome back our Cardio Plus 13.3 viewers back to this Air Academy versus Liberty Lancers game. It looks like they're starting again with Kennedy Evers for Air Academy.
And Anya Windsor, it looks like.
Yes.
Madison takes control of the ball here, bringing it all the way to Blue's side.
It looks a little bit of scramble for the ball there. A little bit of aggression. See who comes through with it. It looks like Blue does come through with it, number 13.
Jasmine Morales.
All right, so it looks like it was maybe out on Blue. So Kai now has this ball. Whistle was blown. Do you know why this penalty was called? Or this whistle was blown?
Well, it's very hard to see all the way over there from my angle, so I am really unsure about that.
It looks like Blue's going to start with it. Number 2, Giovanna Suarez. Man, our girls are, yes, very aggressive. Very impressive for sure.
It looks like White takes that back. Am I correct?
No, Blue still
Oh,
has it.
Blue has possession of the
Eileen
ball
chasing her
here.
down. Wow, she's got 4 girls on her and was able to make it all the way up the field.
Tiny but mighty is one might say. Speed plays a huge role. in
Clearly
these
a good player,
games,
yeah.
And it looks like, oh, 2 still has possession of
Little
that
bit
ball.
of cornered. Man, yeah, they have a lot of solo acts on this team. I think it's definitely a strategy because
Absolutely.
she's clearly seemed to best a lot of our players in that run for a second. Passed it to Anya Windsor.
Yeah.
Their face off.
Looks like Emmestine was being a little too aggressive there. That's Blue's ball for right now. And she passes it to Brooklyn Galvin, and it looks like a ground
Ooh.
ball. But Brooklyn Galvin picks it right back up. And here she's going for the goal. And we're going to go through the circle here. It does look like she's going to pass it like how how Air Academy's girls does it. Yeah, like you said, a lot of solo acts here. Maybe that's something that they do need to work on. Maybe the passing it back and forth might actually help them succeed.
Yep.
And it looks like she's going to
Ooh.
score. And she goes over the goal.
It looks like it is gonna end up being a blue ball.
Number 18 picks it up. That would be Caitlin Hall. And Caitlin Hall brings it in, and it looks like she's going for the goal. Not passing it at all. Oh, and she drops it, and it is taken over by number 7, Kennedy Evers.
Kennedy, again, another strong player on this team. She's a captain. She has made it her personal mission to really bring this team together and get these girls to bond. And that's super impressive to see. Kai again with the ball. Ooh, a shot on goal by Eileen. And I believe she made it. So that brings the Cadets up to 6 goals now.
That'd be 3 goals, correct? By
Yes.
Eileen?
3
Yeah.
for Kylie Tucker-Flynn and 3 for Eileen.
Absolutely amazing. I think that teamwork, there's definitely a reason why that is important here.
That was a really good pass by Kai and Eileen. They seem to work together very well. That was a really impressive goal made. Again with another face-off.
And it looks like, oh, Blue takes the lead here.
Number 2, Giovanna Suarez again.
Giovanna taking it in. Looks like she's surrounded by cadets here.
Ground ball. Kai comes away with it. Kai is very fast, headed up that field ahead of all of the rest of her team, actually. Kai and Eileen again seeming to try to do that duo.
And one thing that the cadets have learned from the past is to not always just slack off. Always make sure that you're a decent amount ahead. Even if you're ahead by quite a few, that doesn't necessarily mean that the opposer can't catch up to you. So glad they're working on that here.
Always want to play smart, never want to play cocky.
Absolutely.
Passing it a little bit within that inner circle. Abigail Frank with it. Number 8, Emma Steen. Number 7, Kennedy Evers. Yeah, fighting for it just a little bit. Whistle was blown. It looks like it will be a white ball. And that looks like an 8-meter shot. So I wonder, I did not quite see why that whistle was blown, but... Oh, not an 8-meter shot, my bad.
Oh, let's
Just restart.
Ooh. Is it a card? Or...
So is this an 8-meter shot that's happening right now, or what is going on right now?
From what I can see, I can't really tell, but it looks like just a regular play. And there's another goal by Kennedy
Evers. Her first goal of the game.
Yes, Kennedy. While Kennedy might not be one of the top scorers, she's definitely a top player. What I do like to say for a lot of sports is that just because you score the most goals doesn't mean you're the best player. Because as you know, a lot of defenders, and especially goalies, don't score goals in the game, and that doesn't make them any better or
right. They're
worse.
still a huge component to the team. They're still a
Absolutely.
huge helper for sure. Kai and Eileen seem to be messing around here on the field just a little bit. It's really cool, again, to see how they work together as a team and how close they all are. Watching them walk in the hallways together and seeing how close they are, hanging out after practices and stuff. That's super cool to see, and that is really signifying of a good team, good teamwork. It was the same with our girls basketball team, obviously, that went all the way to state. When you work together and your team and your family after practices and games, that's so much more important.
It's very hard to play on a team with everyone that you don't like. No one likes each other. I do think that sports are a lot more than just winning the game.
Yeah. Kai has it over in the corner there. Wow. Number 7, Claire Austin for the Windsor or Liberty being super, super aggressive there. Whistle blown on her. Kai to Eileen. Ooh, Eileen tried to do it to Gianna, but did not go through. Ground ball. Fighting for it a little bit there.
It looks like Blue's taking that.
Yeah.
Yep, Brooklyn Galvin. Oh, and she drops it.
Looks like that's out of bounds and now a white ball. I believe that's Madison Givens. One of our very impressive sophomores. Now, blue ball again.
Oh, is it coming back up?
Madison Givens to Emma Steen to Gianna. All right, now their goalie, Kayla Sanchez, has the ball.
Let's see if she passes it too. Walking all the way out there.
Taking clear advantage of all that field.
And she passes all the way out to number 2. Number 2 does gain control of the ball here, and she runs all the way up. Let's see, will she pass it or will she keep running with it?
Ooh, looks like knocked out of her hands by Kennedy Evers. A pass over to Claire Forel, who is not one of the starters in this game, but who is getting a chance to play on this field, who is clearly doing very well. Very happy to see that. Coming all the way up here. Looking for a teammate to pass it to. Over to number 2, Blake. Again, these two girls,
Yep.
yeah, so far are not starters, but they're getting a chance to play on this field, which is super nice to see them getting that experience. Now Kai again has the ball. Misses the pass over to Blake.
It looks like it's coming up the field here.
The goalie, Kennedy,
Kennedy
man,
catches that.
super impressive interception by,
great-
and a
and
shot
a
on
shot.
goal.
That is Kennedy's second goal. Am I
Successful
correct?
shot on goal, yes. Kadet's now 8 and Lancers with 1. Kennedy Evers has 2 goals. Kylan Tucker Flynn has 3, and Eileen Badgett also has 3. I love how these girls are working together. It is very clear that they each have really good strengths, and yeah, again, it's cool to see Claire Forrell and Blake Shivitz getting a chance to be on this field and getting a chance to interact and get some play time. That's always good for your non-starters.
Definitely, while some coaches can't take it really seriously, I think it is high school sports, and while it's definitely different when you have just a varsity team, but luckily for the cadets that they're being able to get that experience regardless, like you said. Even though they're not starters, they're getting that experience, and hopefully in the further years, who knows, maybe they'll be starters too, and it looks like Kennedy Evers takes that
I don't
ball.
think she's lost a single face-off so far this game. She very impressive face-off strategy right now. Again to Kai. Oh, a shot on goal, but a miss on goal. Kai again has it. A lot of aggressiveness. A whistle was blown on number 2, Giovanna Suarez for Liberty. So Kai is going to get a 4-meter shot. She's been very successful with these. Let's see. Hopefully did not just jinx her. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. Let's see. And she goes in.
Yep, jinxed her. Wasn't able to come through with that goal.
So close. That's okay.
So the difference in this is a little bit. So there's a 4-meter shot where the girl who was fouled or who has the penalty is on the 4-meter line and takes a shot. But then there's one where they run up. There's a lot of different things in this game. What is the difference between those two things where she would just shoot or would run up?
It depends on the player. I'm not too sure on that rule there.
Okay.
But it can be like the player's perception of it. Maybe she can see herself being able to just shoot it and get away with it, or maybe she needs to be closer.
So it's kind of a they kind of get to choose in the moment?
I do believe so.
Okay.
I'm not too sure on that, but I do believe that is the case here. Looks like we're behind the goal again.
That was a shot on goal by Mackenzie Higgins, but a miss. Number 8 has it, Gianna. To number 7, Kennedy Evers, passing it around really well. Our cadets seem to do that very successfully.
Yes, teamwork is very, very crucial in games.
For sure.
Yes, I don't think.
Oh, Kai again with the ball.
I think Liberty could use some of that teamwork here. Looks
Abby
like they're
Frank.
fighting for it. Oh, and another shot on goal.
But a miss. Man, that's a bummer.
Absolutely.
I think these girls are really enjoying this nice weather.
It's like the clock is stopped. Was there a goal that we didn't catch?
No, there might have been a whistle blown, but it didn't look like there was a goal.
Because they're starting over. There's no goal on
That
the
was not a goal
scoreboard
on the
that we
scoreboard.
witnessed.
Is that Abigail Frank doing their face-off?
Yes, Abigail Frank started the last face-off too, I do believe. She's doing absolutely amazing here. Oh, and it looks like White takes the lead here. Number 22, Lane Reynolds takes control of that ball. She's running down the field. Let's see who she passes it to.
Back to number 10, Mackenzie Higgins.
And Mackenzie running it down, passes it to number 21. And she loses control of the ball, and that's okay. That's what Kylie comes in.
Yes, she seems to be very good at her job.
Absolutely, it's okay. Mistakes are made sometimes, and that's why we have teammates.
Oh, that was a very aggressive hit by number 5 on Abigail Frank there. Yep, looks like it was an 8-meter shot. So apparently we were mistaken earlier. They were just really late to update the scoreboard. So it does look like there was a goal made for the Kadet. So it is now 9-1.
I didn't see that. Did you see who scored that?
I did not see who scored that, actually.
Okay.
I was really confused why they were restarting. But, you know, looks like there was a goal for our Kadet. So, hey, that's a good thing.
Okay, we're almost at halftime here. Let's see if the Kadets are able to pull off another goal right before we end this half.
Yes!
And it looks like I am correct. We have another goal by Kylan Tucker-Flint. It looks like that would put the Kadets at 10. Hopefully the Lancers will be able to catch up to them.
Yeah.
That is still possible,
Mm-hmm.
but will they be able to do that? Will they be able to pull off that teamwork and be able to work together? I feel like maybe solo playing isn't the best route.
Yeah, so far that strategy hasn't worked. So you'd think that during halftime, the Lancer coach will kind of take them aside and be like, hey, maybe we should be passing this ball. Maybe we should have a little bit more teamwork on this side because their solo act really doesn't seem to be working all that well.
Looks like we have Abigail Frank and Brooklyn Galvin at the face-off right now. Let's see who gets this one. And it looks like
Near Madison Givens comes away with it. That was a really good snatch on her part.
and she passes it up. And they're heading down the field with only around 25 seconds left in the game. Let's see if they're able to score
Emma
just one
Steen
more
with the
goal.
ball. Mackenzie Higgins with the ball now. Abigail Frank in the center of that circle. Eileen. Now they're behind the goal a little bit. Oh, it looks like the goalie came away with it. A long throw.
And it looks like that's the end of our first half. The Kadets at 10 goals and the Lancers at 1. What are some things that you would like to point out, especially about like this past 2 halves? But before we get into that, let's take a break. We will be right back.
We're going to toss out to our Cardio Plus 13.3 viewers. So to you guys, we will be right back. Stay tuned for a couple interviews. So yeah, we'll see you in a sec.
Hey Ryan, what are you working on?
My highlight reel.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Hey, Will. Use my razor? No. Really? No. I can? Nah, man, not me. So nobody touched my razor? The hair just got here all by itself? What's up, man? Alright.
All right, welcome back, guys. Again, this is the Air Academy Cadets versus the Liberty Lancers girls lacrosse. Currently, after this first half, our Cadets have 10 goals while the Lancers only have 1. This was a super interesting and exciting first half. The Cadets, with a lot of teamwork, passing, did a really, really good job working together, having a variety. We had Kennedy Evers, Kylan Tucker, and Eileen all scoring goals. But for the Lancers, they seem to have a lot of a solo act.
It's almost like there's not really a team there. A lot of players just seem to be taking control of that ball and just running around with it. I think that hopefully maybe after the second half, maybe learning back from the reflection on that first half, they'll be able to put that teamwork in there, maybe pass it around more.
Yeah.
Obviously that's brings success, and who knows what the game will end up at. Maybe they'll get some goals in. That would be great for them.
I was really impressed by Kylie Tucker Flynn's performance this first half. She did very, very well with the passing game, helping her teammates out in every way that she could. Her and Eileen had a lot of teamwork happening between just the two of them, a lot of passing happening. There was one goal made by Eileen that was assisted by Kai. That was a really cool goal to see. But yeah, she is performing very, very well. I'm already, if it's too early to call it, I think she might be our player of the game, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, for the rest of this half, or for the rest of this game, for the second half, very intrigued to see if these Lancers switch up their strategy at all, or if they continue with this solo act.
I don't know. I don't know what the coaches would have to say here. Hopefully they're going over what went well and what didn't go well. What's something you think the Cadets should work on? I feel like they did really well. I don't know. Their opponent, I guess I would say that they're someone at the same level. Like we stated earlier, that they both have 1 win and 8 losses. But Cadets do have almost double the amount of goals scored, as almost all their games have been very, very, very close. Whereas the Lancers usually get around 1 or even sometimes 0 goals per game. But maybe they'll be able to come out on top. The game's not over yet.
Yeah, for sure. We still have a whole nother half. So obviously things can definitely change, definitely shift. Yeah, it looks like we have about a little less than a minute and a half left in this halftime break. I do want to talk a little bit about, so we had our spring break trips for our sports a couple weeks ago, but we do actually have Air Academy prom on Saturday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe the dance starts at 6. And
do you know where it is? I cannot remember for the life of me where it is.
It is being hosted at Spruce Mountain Ranch, all the way up in Larkspur. Not too far, at least from where I live. Yeah, are you attending?
I am, actually. I'm going to go with a group of my girlfriends, and I'm very, very excited. We're going to have a blast. One of them is actually, funny enough, Emma Steen, who is playing in this game right now. So
we're going to have a break really quick. We will be right back. Thank you for watching.
We're going to toss to a Caradio Plus 13.3 break. But for those Caradio viewers, we will see you in a sec.
Man, I freaking love Kadet. I know, right? Same. I should name my first kid Kadet.
Every day, I'm out there, collecting the finest ingredients. Every day, I'm in the lab, perfecting my recipe.
And go straight into production.
Every day, they disrespect me by calling it Kadet tea.
Hey man, could I have a drink of that KT? What are you talking about? got it, girl.
You got it, the Charleston.
We've been watching a lot of professional soccer recently so that we can get ready for the girls' upcoming season. It's been great, but there's been a bunch of injuries around the school recently.
Game last night. You guys are looking really good this season.
Down street.
They should be it.
Oh, my ankle! Oh! Oh!
Ah! Ah! I'm not gonna be able to go to school for weeks. Oh my goodness!
So young, get up. He's fine.
Hey, welcome back, guys, to Kadet Sports TV and to our KRDO Plus 13.3 viewers. We are in the middle of that third quarter right now, but you guys didn't miss much. No goals were scored or anything. We're starting off with the Kadets, bringing it up the field there.
We have number 10. And she just passes it to number 21 here. Layla Evers passes it right back to Mackenzie. And it looks like a round ball.
Looks like number 10 is going to start with that Mackenzie Higgins on the 8-meter line. Passes to Abigail Frank with a shot on goal, but it misses.
Apologies earlier. That 8-meter is actually whenever the player does, like I said, has a foul inside that 8 meters, and everyone else has to clear that area. So we do apologize about the confusion earlier. And it looks like Abigail Frank picks that up, and it's a white ball. And she delivers it to number 9, Eliora Thomas, also known as Ellie. And it looks like another goal by Kennedy Evers.
Very impressive. That is her third goal.
And nice to see some other subs in here. Ellie is a senior here at our academy. She's been playing for quite some time now. She's played in every game actually, but she's not usually a starter, and that's okay. She actually has a couple goals herself. Maybe she'll be able to score another one to put on her roster here. See who was in our face-off. It looks like Abigail Frank and Anya Windsor.
Yeah, Abigail's kind of taken over these face-offs for this, for these last few ones. Cool to see a little bit of change up.
Yes, she's doing amazing. Here, most of our face-offs do end up heading towards the Kadet side. Let's see who it goes to this time. Here, and it looks like it goes right back to Abigail Frank here running down. And she takes it right into the circle. Oh, and then a ground ball. And she gets right back up there. She gets to have that ball back. And it looks like
can't be too tight on that stick there. She really
she passes it to Mackenzie Higgins.
Kennedy with another shot on goal, but a miss. Bummer.
See, they're starting the game back up, and another goal.
This time by Mackenzie Higgins, which I think this is her first goal of the game so far, making that 12 for the Kadets, and still 1 for the Lancers.
Absolutely, I think this whole teamwork strategy is going very, very well for them. Let's see. It looks like Frank is heading out, and she's being replaced by Gianna Spindler and can't read that number too well there.
Number 8, Emma Steen, I believe.
Emma Steen
Yeah.
comes in, and it looks like Kennedy Evers is back in that face-off, going against Anya Windsor.
And yeah, we talked to a couple of these players throughout the past few weeks, and yeah, they've been on a bit of a losing streak, but a lot of them are very confident in this game and winning this game. So it's cool to see that confidence has come through and that they might just pull through with this win. But obviously, still got a lot more game to see, so we'll see who comes through with it.
Oh yes. And I believe in previous years they beat this team, and I think that's where some of their confidence comes from. Yes, and it looks like White has possession of the ball here with number 9. Am I correct? Number 9. Oh, Ellie Thomas passes that to. Oh, is that a blue ball?
Yeah, I think
looks
so.
Like it's a blue ball.
I think it was intercepted.
It's okay. She gives it to the goalie. And he's going to walk it up the middle again. Oh. And it goes to number 22, Lane Reynolds.
Very impressive, coming up the field right up to the goal. Oh, another shot on goal, but a miss. I believe this is Lane's third miss, but third shot on goal. So,
which is still very impressive. She is a freshman. She's doing very well here. She's honestly, I'd say fully recovered from that headshot earlier.
Clearly a very dedicated and aggressive player, which is really cool to see. I think there is a little bit of a stereotype that girls aren't typically more aggressive when it comes to sports and games like this, but I think it's really cool to see how aggressive these girls are and how good they are at this game.
And she passes Brooklyn Galvin.
Long pass, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, and it is intercepted and it's taken. Oh, nope, that is a blue ball still. Looks like that's a foul on Air Academy's part. Brooklyn Galvin takes it back up and looks like it's a self-starter here. She takes it up the field and
looks like they're a little bit fighting for it. Number 13, Katie Parrington, a new sight on this field for Air Academy, has the ball.
Katie Parrington, who doesn't actually attend Air Academy herself, but that is okay. She is a DCC player, and we are fully welcome to other players in the district here. So like Mackenzie Higgins is taking that over.
Kennedy Evers.
And gives it to Emma. Oh. And it was saved by the goalie. Passes it to their number 10, Ansley Sharp. Passes it right back to their goalie. And she misses it, and that is now Kennedy Evers' ball.
Oh! Really aggressive shove there by Brooklyn Galvin. Wow.
Oh, yes.
She's had a couple different calls on her tonight. She's been kind of aggressive with our cadets tonight.
Surprised there hasn't been any cards called yet this game here. Looks like 22 takes that back up. And Kennedy takes control of that. Shots but misses.
Man. There are a lot of shots on goal tonight, which on the Kadet side is very impressive, but also for Kayla Sanchez, the Liberty goalie, it's very impressive that she has blocked these goals.
Yes.
It would be a much bigger score difference if she wouldn't have been so good at her job.
And it looks like there's a card.
Looks like, again, a penalty called.
Yep, and it's a yellow card on blue. Is that number 2? Am I correct?
I believe so. Yeah, Giovanna Suarez.
That should be a 5-minute penalty. I do believe yellow cards usually typically are 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's clearly very fired up and has been this whole game. So I was kind of waiting until she was going to get that last whistle for a yellow card.
Surprised we haven't seen that yet with Brooklyn Galvin. But Um, let's see how the Lancers hold up now. Player down for the next few minutes here.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but because she's out on a yellow card, has someone replaced her?
Absolutely not. So whenever a card is called, usually in almost all sports, it's a player down for the rest of that time.
Okay, yeah.
Players can even be out for overtime, which is usually less players on the field, depending on the sport.
Yeah.
Which
So
would be
now the
very
Lancers,
nerve-wracking.
yeah, they're down 11 points and now down another player, which is not good on their side. You definitely don't want to see that. 8-meter shot by
miss.
Kai, yeah. Oh,
nice catch by Lane
really,
Reynolds here.
really
She's
good.
going to take it in.
Oh, man.
Misses. That's okay. It looks like another goal by
Eileen.
Yep, that's Eileen's 4th goal tonight, correct?
Yes.
Amazing.
Eileen and Kai both with 4 goals tonight. Kennedy Evers with 3 and Mackenzie Higgins with 1. That was a really impressive run up there by Lane Reynolds. She has been doing really well tonight. She hasn't scored a goal yet. I'm really intrigued to see if she is able to score one during this game.
Looks like there's an injury here on the field.
Oh. So their goalie, I think Kayla Sanchez for the Lancers, has her arm out. So hopefully she's okay.
Can't play on the field without a goalie here. Well, anyways, like you were saying earlier, about prom, you're going, correct?
Yes, I am. I
With a
was.
group of friends, I do believe, as I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you going to after prom too?
I actually am not, but I
Really?
heard Air Academy is hosting an after prom at Dart Wars
Yes,
this year.
absolutely. There's going to be lots of food and free prizes to win.
Yeah, that's a super fun thing to
It
experience.
will be fun. But I believe Easter is the day after, so that's gonna be fun at church.
Yeah.
Staying up till 3 a.m.
And then heading to church the next morning. Yeah, no, definitely excited for this weekend. We actually, I'm a junior, so I took SATs this morning.
Oh,
so,
how did that go?
Good, I think. Hopefully did pretty well. The math section always kind of kicks my butt, but we'll see what happens.
That's okay.
But yeah, so we had a couple days off this week. We went to school Monday. I think we're off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And tomorrow we head back to school. So this week was definitely more of a lax week for sure.
What I would say though, for seniors, they'll almost get like a full free week off.
Yeah.
Senior breakfast is
Lucky
Friday.
you. That's
Most
true.
seniors do not return from school from that. So as a senior myself, I would say that is very nice.
You definitely won't be coming to school, you don't think?
I don't know about that one. That's okay though.
It looks like Kylene and Emma Steen are kind of chatting it up there with Brooklyn. That's one of my favorite things about sports, I gotta be honest, is the fact that you can compete against these other teams and you can be really competitive with girls, but yes, still be friends at the end of it and still can fist bump at the very end of it. But that's always really cool to see. It does look like Kayla Sanchez is all right, so a little bit of round of applause from the crowd here that she was able to get back up and continue this game.
Yes, that's great. They definitely need a goalie for that one, so I'm glad she is recovered. We'll get right back into that game here. We are still Air Academy with 12 goals and Liberty with 1 goal. Maybe you'll be able to score a couple more for the remainder of the 3rd quarter.
It looks like Lane Reynolds is going to do the face-off for Air Academy, and still Anya Windsor for Liberty is doing it up there.
A lot of diversity here. I've been seeing her doing that tonight.
Super cool to see, though, that they're all kind of trying out different positions.
Oh, and it looks like
Miss Team
they're
tries
fighting
to come
for
away with
that.
it, but oh man, little bit of a scramble there.
And Emma Steen takes it. Oh, it is
able to
Blues
come
ball here, and it looks like they're gonna call foul on that. It is Blues ball.
And that is number 15, Or is that 15? Yeah, 15 Joy
Uh-huh.
Delaney who has that ball now.
Passes it all the way down. She misses it.
Ooh.
It's a ground ball. Will it go out of bounds? Nope.
Looks like
It is going to
number
be picked up by number 6, Amelia Norenberg.
who is a junior and a little bit of a new sight on this team. She is very, very fast. She plays soccer,
She's
she plays
amazing.
volleyball. She's run track before. Amelia is a very impressive
It looks
player.
like 17 Claire Ford is going to run all the way up there with that.
Mhm.
She's a junior as well. Let's see what she does with the ball. Will she? It looks like a ground
drops
ball.
it.
Will she be able to take control of that ball again? And it looks like it's a blue ball, fortunately.
Passes it to their goalie.
And they're going to pass it down to... and it looks like Mustine takes control of the ball. And she gives it to
Nice.
number 3, Aubrey Iverson, who is also another member of the swim team. I've seen quite a few girls out here who are on the swim team and the lacrosse team. I wonder if there's any correlation with that, or if that's just something they do on the side. Looks like number 8, Brooklyn Galvin
has
is
it
running down
again.
with it.
Oh, let's see her and the goalie here. Oh, that was a shot. Yep.
Liberty scores their second goal tonight. All the way
Wow.
down in the third quarter here. Maybe they'll be able to keep that up. Taylor seems to be doing very, very well for her being a freshman as compared to Kayla Sanchez here. It actually seems as though Liberty has 2 goalies. And that's a little common in some teams is that they'll have the goalie sub out. But as far as we can see right now, it is still Kayla Sanchez.
I believe, is that Lane Reynolds still face off for them? Yep, it does look like it is. Oh, whistle blown.
Looks like a foul by White. So Blue takes control of that ball, and Anya Windsor runs down the field with that. Number 4 tries to intercept. And number 13 is going after that here.
Anya still has this ball. Passes it down to 8 Brooklyn. See if she can make it in. Oh, man, another goal by Brooklyn. Wow.
Seems like Liberty's decided to lock in here.
Yeah.
I saw just a little bit of that teamwork there between Brooklyn and Anya.
But it seemed to pay off. They
yeah,
seem
it really
to.
did.
Brooklyn is a very, very strong player. Clearly, she is
Absolutely.
their stat leader for their goals and assists and all the things. So yeah, it's really cool to see her obviously performing well because that's what we expected from her.
Yes.
But yeah, so that now makes this Lancers 3, Kadets 13.
Oh,
so
yes.
Lancers are still behind by 10 points, but obviously anything can change.
Oh, yes. But we are a little short on time here, though.
Ooh, is that
I
the end of
don't-
the third quarter? I think so.
I don't believe it is. I think the clock does stop at the end of each goal. So it does look like the PA forgot to stop the clock there. I wonder if they'll put it back up there or will they just let it go?
Oh man, they've made a couple of the time mistakes lately. The clock has kind of, everyone kind of looks a little clueless here on the field, but the clock is not doing very well.
Oh, looks like they're going to call it.
Awesome.
I don't know.
So we are actually going to throw it to our Cardio Plus 13.3 viewers. You guys are on for a commercial break, so we'll see you in a sec. Awesome. Now, for our YouTube viewers, we are still going to hear, we're going to recap a little bit of the third quarter.
It looks like Liberty decided to pick up their pace a little bit.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I saw just a little bit of teamwork there at the end for their third goal, scored by Brooklyn Galvin as well.
Brooklyn 2 in a row within like 30 seconds.
Oh,
She
yeah.
very high performance for sure. It does look like they, even if it was just a little bit, the passing game has kind of improved.
Oh, yeah, it has.
So you can just kind of see how the game of lacrosse, how passing really does matter.
Oh,
Our
it
Cadets
really
obviously
does.
have been very successful this game with their passing, and it does seem to cause a lot of success for these teams, especially in this sport.
With 1 quarter remaining, it would be interesting to see the Lancers come up with 10 goals. Although nothing is impossible here.
So we do, obviously the sun has kind of started to set, our lights are on, and the temperature is dropping just a little bit. It's
yes.
still very windy.
look into the crowd here, you can see some of our viewers begin to put on their coats and hoods.
Kind of bundled up,
And
yeah.
a little bit, you can see that on the sidelines too there. Everyone's in their hoods right now.
I saw the girls earlier. There were a couple of our Air Academy cadets on the sidelines doing jumping jacks to stay warm because some of them are pretty cold. But hopefully they can, that's not always a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing to have a little bit of chill because it can be a lot when it's really hot. It can be a lot when it's really cold.
Especially on the field. That's very nice weather.
Yeah.
And we are expecting quite a few inches of snow here on Saturday. Actually, 2 to 5 inches. We have received a weather watch for that, and we're
Friday and Saturday, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. We had all this week. It was like 75 and sunny. All next week it's supposed to be 60 and sunny.
Oh, yeah.
And then of course for our prom night we have a little bit of snow settling in.
Oh, while that may be a little uncomfortable, it is absolutely amazing and perfect for those pictures. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, and it's Colorado Springs. What do you expect? It goes 75 and then 30 and snowing. What? I mean, what? Yeah.
The last snow is in May, so we're quite not done yet.
It does look like we're about to start the fourth quarter here with Kylan Tucker Flynn, who is now getting a shot at face-off. I love the diversity of switching up positions here, how they all kind of get experience to play all the things.
Looks like, is that Anya Windsor again?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like they're going to start off. Let's see who it goes to. And that going to Kylan Tucker Flynn here. It is a white ball. And she gives it to Mackenzie Higgins.
Over to Lane Reynolds. That was a really good pass on her part. A little bit of slow to the action. Tried to pass to Mackenzie Higgins, but didn't quite make it. Is able to keep it in bounds. Very impressive by Mackenzie Higgins. Oh, blue ball. Maybe Brooklyn's got it. Wow.
Brooklyn runs up the field with that ball here.
Oh!
A little bit too much of that swinging action.
A very aggressive hit on Brooklyn. Mask comes off. Man, there have been a couple of our players down in this game so far. It's kind of a bummer to see.
It's a yellow card
these
on
girls being hurt.
Cadets here. Mackenzie Higgins.
Yeah.
It's going to take a 5 here. Now the Cadets being another person down. Do you think that would affect? Would that affect our team at all, or do you think that they'll be able to keep it off?
I think they'll be able to kind of keep it up. I mean, hopeful in saying this, obviously, but I think Cadets make them through with the win.
Yeah, it looks like Brooklyn gets right back up here.
She's walking off the field.
She's a very strong girl, so
applause from the audience.
In no time.
All right, subbing in now for Brooklyn is number 4, Abigail Mulla. Yeah, we'll see. I'm actually really intrigued because Brooklyn was one of their star players. So let's see how this loss affects their team and if there is a loss at all.
Yeah, looks like Anya Windsor's going to be picking up that ball for them. They're about to start here. We still have quite some time left in this fourth quarter here, and they start up that clock. Anya Windsor takes it down. Will she pass it or will she keep it? It looks like she's going to keep it here, but she's running out of room.
Good job on defense.
She has 3 Cadets on here. I think our safest bet here would be to pass it, but looks like she's going to keep
Kai
it.
annoyed with another whistle blown.
Anya's going to take it to the other side, and she's going to run right down the middle. Will she pass it still? It does not look like she's going to do that. Oh, and there we go, passing it to number 15. That would be Joy Delaney. Another whistle.
It does sound like the crowd is getting pretty amped up here. They do seem to be kind of frustrated with a couple of these calls.
And shot by Joy, but that was a miss. And it's White's ball. Looks like it's being taken by number 6, Amelia Nornberg. Let's see what she does with it here. Will she pass it to our goalie, or will she pass it all the way back up to
Amelia, again, is a multi-sport athlete. I believe she is actually still doing volleyball practices. I was talking to her the other day. I think she's doing lacrosse practice and volleyball practices right now, so she's kind of all in
ground ball
on both
here.
sports. Oh, man. Is that
Brooklyn? Brooklyn right
back
now?
in. Wow, yeah.
Very strong girl here. Looks
Very
like
impressive.
she is very motivated by that hit earlier.
Whistle
Just taking it
blown.
back.
Yeah, obviously you can see our surprise, but Brooklyn took a pretty hard hit there to the knee.
Yeah.
But obviously she is back up and running.
And
shot on goal. Wow, successful.
Goal by Brooklyn Galvin.
Lancers 4, Kadets 13. 3 goals on Brooklyn Galvin's part. We did not catch who made that first goal, but if I would take an educated guess, I think it might be Brooklyn Galvin. Yeah.
She has all the goals for her team here. She's an amazing player. She's back up on her feet, and let's see, will she be doing that face-off this time? Looks like it's going to be Anya Windsor again, facing off Kylan Tucker Flynn here. Let's see who gets that ball. And it looks like it's going to go right to white. Kennedy Evers takes that all the way down the blue side.
I think Kennedy Evers had a bit of a break there, so she's kind of back at full steam. Shot on goal and a successful shot on goal. Wow, that is now 14 for the Kadets and 4 goals for Kennedy Evers. We have
back
4
to
by
that 10 difference.
Yeah. Kennedy obviously had a little bit of a break there, but clearly she is at full steam, doing her best all over again. Yeah,
Stay
very impressive.
hydrated here. Those recharging points are very crucial for us here. And it looks like we're going to start doing a face-off with Kylan Tucker Flynn and Brooklyn Galvin.
Ooh, I'm
Looks
excited
like
for
there's
this
a little bit of a
matchup.
limp
We'll
there,
see. Yeah.
but it doesn't seem to be affecting her at all. She's right back up and running again. She's doing amazing.
I bet that's going to be sore tomorrow, though.
Let's see who gets that ball.
Oh.
And it looks like they're going to fight for it. It is White's ball.
Nice. Kennedy comes away with it. Kai definitely has that height advantage for her. It looks like number 9, Ellie Thomas. Yeah, she has the ball right now. Moving it forward just a little bit. Passes to number 10, I think.
Higgins back in the game. That's good. The Cadets are back up to their full amount of players here. That disadvantage of losing one didn't seem to affect us or affect the Cadets as much as it did.
A lot of passing happening all around the goal. They're kind of circling it a little bit.
Kind of their strategy here.
Yeah.
As we've seen, and actually in quite a few of their other games, it's something that they've been doing too.
Yeah, making these Lancers kind of run around a little bit, wearing them out probably. It's a good strategy for sure. Lane Reynolds with it now. Little bit of a duck there. That was kind of impressive. Whistle blown. I do think that she got hit in the back of the head, though, on that duck. I think the stick hit her in the back of the head, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, it looks like a yellow card was called on number 6, Anya Windsor, for the Lancers.
Lancers are down a player in the last 7.5 minutes here.
Yeah.
They should get that extra player back at around like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes till.
It does seem like they obviously are losing a little bit, but also they are getting aggressive. Clearly, probably upset that they are losing by so much. They are getting a little too aggressive, and that's not doing very well for them. The last thing they need right now is to lose a player for sure. Kai again with it, running all around the circle.
Oh yes. Let's see. Will she pass it?
10, Mackenzie Higgins has it now behind the goal. Lane Reynolds with it. Another whistle blown. It looks like it is going to be a 4-meter for Lane Reynolds here.
She's going to take it out. And she
Nice.
scores.
Her first goal of the game, Lane Reynolds. I had a feeling she might come through with one. She has been doing such an impressive job.
Absolutely. She's hit a lot of shots on goal.
Very
Finally,
aggressive,
she gets her first
yes.
goal. She's even been able to face off, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She's a freshman. She's
Doing kind of all the
great.
things. Yeah, it's very impressive to see. And she's got her first goal of the game, so hopefully that'll help her season stats. So now it's Kadet's 15, Lancers 4. So Kadets are ahead by 11 goals currently.
And with only around 6 minutes left, I think it's safe to say that the Cadets did take home their second win. Well, let's
We'll see what happens.
how
Don't
the
jinx
rest of
it.
the game plays out to be.
Now we have Kai and Brooklyn again facing off here in the middle.
And it looks like Gianna Spindler is going to take that ball and run it all the way up down.
Here we go. Gianna all the way up the field. Shot on goal, but a miss.
That's
over
okay.
it.
That's another shot in the books here
Yeah.
for Gianna Spindler.
Yeah.
She's been playing. She and Abby are best friends. I think they've been playing with the same amount of years here. She's
Yeah.
doing absolutely amazing. They're both juniors. And
It
who knows-
looks like number 13, Jasmine Morales for the Lancers. Oh, just kidding. Lane Reynolds comes away again with it. Is she going to? Yes, she will come away with another goal.
So that's 16 goals for the Cadets and 4 for the Lancers.
So we have 4 goals for Kennedy Evers, 4 goals for Kylan Tucker Flynn, 4 goals for Eileen Badgett, 2 for Lane Reynolds, and 1 for Mackenzie Higgins.
Amazing.
Really, really proud of these girls. Yeah, I love to see the diversity in these points being scored, that it's not just a single person effort like it is on the Lancers, but it's kind of an all-team effort. Yeah. It looks like it will be another face-off between Kai and
Brooklyn Galvin.
I think so. Oh. Just
I
kidding.
can't
That was a
see
little
what's
bit of a
going on
different
here.
start. Just Kai started with it in the middle. I'm really curious why that was a different start. Claire Forrell has it now. Lane Reynolds again. Getting a lot of action here with this ball. Passes down to Gianna. To number 10, Mackenzie Higgins. Shot on goal, but a miss. Let's see if she can come up with it again. Man, a lot of fighting for it there. It looks like it will be another whistle blown. Number 21, Layla Evers, Kennedy's younger sister. We'll start with it. Now it's to Lane Reynolds.
Looks like Emma heads off the field there here for the last 4
Number
minutes. of the
3,
game.
Aubrey Iverson subs in for her.
Aubrey Jr. Let's see who has the ball
Looks
here.
like a lot of fighting for it there. It looks like it will end up going to Brooklyn after that whistle blown. She's coming up the field. Getting a little bit of solo act. Let's see if she'll pass it.
Ground ball, but she recovers that almost instantly. Here she's being quoted by almost
Oh,
3 Cadets.
man.
It's blue ball. Doesn't look too happy here.
Yeah. You'd think that she might not get covered so ferociously if she may pass the ball just a little bit more. She's still continuing with it. Brooklyn down center
Very
field.
strong, very fast. A couple ground balls here, but she keeps getting control of that ball back, and looks like she's going to go for the goal. And she scores.
Wow.
That'll be
4
5th.
goals so far for Brooklyn Galvin.
Yeah, that's the 5th goal here for the Lancers. We are still unsure about that first goal, but if it is Brooklyn, that'll be her 5th goal here, carrying all the goals for her team. She
Very
is
much carrying
absolutely
this team.
amazing.
Yeah. But obviously, every single one of them is having a significant impact. They are all able to carry up the ball, but Brooklyn is kind of just their star tonight. She has had a lot of ball carry time. She does look a little beat up. She looks a little tired, but obviously still kicking, still killing it. Yeah, very impressed by Brooklyn tonight, especially her being just a junior. Yeah.
Looks like Anya Winter's joining us in that face-off here. It's kind of unclear on who's
Number 10, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie is starting here, and she gives it right down to Madison taking that up the field.
Madison Gibbons, a sophomore. And now it looks like it is to Blake Chaffetz again. A little bit of these younger players are getting a little more shots with these balls. Not the starters right now are kind of mainly playing. Looks like there was a shot on goal by Mackenzie Higgins, but a miss. It looks like number 9, Ellie Thomas, now has it. Passing it around a little bit.
I think that the starters have begun to slow down, and they're on this side here. I mean, if there's no reason for you to be wasting energy, I mean, like, why not just put all the subs in? They're doing just as great. See, they're over
Gives
here.
them more playtime. Playtime is always good for non-starters to have to get more experience. Every experience that they have is beneficial.
So it looks like White takes that ball from the goalie there.
Madison Givens took it, I believe, from number 15, if I saw that correctly. A little bit of whistle blown. Blue ball, it looks like. Fighting for it. A couple of ground balls here.
21 takes that ball. Layla Evers.
That's now Emma Steen who has it. Passes it over to number 9, Ellie Thomas. Whistle blown.
Looks like there's only 10 seconds left on the clock here.
And this is the last 10 seconds of the game. So it does look like these Kadets will come through with this win.
And that is the
Look
end
at
of the fourth
that.
quarter. The Kadets take home that second win of the season here. We have the Kadets finishing with 16 goals. The Lancers finishing with 5 here. Looks like quite a few of our players scored 4 goals this whole game. Tater seems to have done an absolutely amazing job at defending some of those.
For sure.
Brooklyn Galvin seems to have carried all the goals for her team tonight. Hopefully that lose won't be too disappointing for the Lancers here.
Yeah. We are actually going to take a quick break, throw it to our KRDO Plus 13.3 viewers, and we will be back really fast with an interview from our winning coach. So we'll see you guys in a sec.
Man, I freaking love Kadet tea.
I know, right? Same. I should name my first kid Kadet tea.
Every day, I'm out there, collecting the finest ingredients. Every day, I'm in the lab, perfecting my recipe. Every day, they disrespect me by calling it Kadet tea.
Hey man, could I have a drink of that KT? What are you talking about? Party, girl!
You don't need the Charleston.
We've been watching a lot of professional soccer recently so that we can get ready for the girls' upcoming season. It's been great, but there's been a bunch of injuries around the school recently.
Game last night. You guys are looking really good this season.
Down speak.
I should be it.
Oh, my ankle! Oh! 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 I'm not gonna be able to go to school for weeks. Oh my goodness!
So young, get up. He's fine.
Hello, welcome back, our KRDO Plus viewers. I hope you enjoyed that game. We have just finished our fourth quarter off. with the Cadets finishing with 16 goals and the Lancers getting 5 goals.
Yeah, very impressive by all of these players here. Specifically, we have our player of the game, Kylan Tucker Flynn, who I kind of called halfway through. She was really impressive. She had 4 goals today. Also with Kennedy Evers, also with 4 goals today. But anyway, we have a couple clips on the screen right now of these goals made by these girls. These really impressive goals made, actually, by Kennedy Evers, this one. Kylan had a really good goal, team tag with Eileen. But yeah, very impressive by all of these girls. Kennedy, one of the captains, was very clearly helping the team work together and
Absolutely.
doing a really good job at doing a really good job at bringing this team together.
Yes, and she's also still only a sophomore, so absolutely amazing for her that she's able to pull this off. She's a great player, and they all really are great players. The teamwork tonight was absolutely amazing.
Awesome. So I think we are going to shoot it down to our own Lydia Flowers with an interview with the Air Academy coach Kylan and Kennedy. All right, Lydia, take it away.
Okay, I'm here with the Cadets after a big win. Coach, what does this win mean for the rest of you guys this season?
Yeah, it's really great. First game in league play. I mean, I think that's huge. Just to get the momentum rolling. Came off an overtime loss on Tuesday, like I mentioned earlier, and to get a big win today is huge, rolling into the rest of the week and next week where we have some big games coming up. So just to see a lot of girls on the field, everyone contributing, the passing game was strong. That's just a great combination for the next few games we have coming up.
Absolutely a huge league win here for the Cadets. Kylan, our player of the game, how does it feel to be able to have a win on your home field and be picked as player of the game after a huge game?
It feels really good. I'm super proud of my team, and I knew we could do it. I've been waiting for this win for the entire season, and I'm just so proud of everybody.
Absolutely, and it was such an amazing game. She had 5 goals, 1 assist, huge part for the team. Kennedy, how does it feel after a big win? You know you're going to Colorado Mesa next year. How does it feel to be in this senior season and have these kind of games with your team?
It's so exciting, especially watching everyone grow that I've grown up with through high school and club ball. So it's really cool to see everyone stepping up, especially in these types of games when we get everyone in and everyone's playing their best. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations on a huge win.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. It's super awesome to hear from those 2 girls after, yes, a really, really exciting win. Yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much, Lydia, for that interview. I was actually having a discussion with Kennedy Evers a couple days ago, and she talked about how, again, these players are really strong individually, and they have a lot of strengths, and all these girls are really good lacrosse players, but she really wanted them to be able to work together as a team, to improve their passing game, to improve their ability to be teammates and be family and work together at the end of the day. And clearly they did. They succeeded at this game. Their passing game was really, really strong. We had diversity in all the roles being played. But yes, these girls did very, very well, and it looks like Kennedy, her goals for the team were kind of succeeded in this game.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. We're very proud of the Cadets tonight for pulling off that win.
It looks like they are.
Tonight was absolutely amazing, and we are proud, and we thank you very much for watching.
Yeah. Our KRDO Plus 13.3 viewers, thank you so much for joining us. Our YouTube viewers, thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next time from Kadet Sports TV. I'm Sophia Maddox.
And I'm Elizabeth Potter.
Thank you so much.